and showing us some of the other products here.
plenty
This
more.
is the XSport. Dimensions.
It's 5x8.
Okay. And we were doing the XTR earlier. So there's 5x9 for the base and Voyager, and then 5x10 for the Overland and Commander.
Right.
Okay. And that's why we took some pictures, and you'll see a little bit. So XSport, tell us where it fits in your product. And as we walk, this is the base.
Yeah, so this is your base with a little bit of some extras. So this is going to be our comparison to the XTR. This will be a Voyager. So you have your vent, you have your front box, battery package, short power.
And this one is retail at like.
This is at 84, I believe.
Okay.
So 8400.
And the base is down there.
$69.95.
And that, we'll look at that last. But
Yeah.
let's say this is probably where a lot of people would order this.
Right.
Right.
And this is, I hate to say recommend, but overall, if you're looking for somebody that's not a do-it-yourselfer, that doesn't want to do their own electrical, doesn't want to introduce a vent, doesn't want to do a battery, doesn't want to do a box, any of that jazz, you go this route right here, and you can pull this with a Mazda 3 with no issues. You're looking at 900 pounds to 1,400 pounds at
Before you start adding some stuff.
Before you start adding
so
some
about
stuff.
900 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's cool because really a big part of our deal is get off the ground.
Right.
All right, so what happens is, and it's safer. I mean, I know you mentioned airproofing earlier, but I mean, people take, canisters with them, they can take noisemakers and what have you.
A single individual.
But this right here is not even, with the XSport, it's not even necessarily, is this, would you consider this is off
No, so
Overland and some of the other stuff?
I mean, fire roads, absolutely. Dirt
But your
roads
tires and stuff
also,
are not the same.
They're not the same.
But
your,
the 15
your frame,
inch?
your suspension,
Yeah.
and your wheels are different.
Okay.
Everything from body structural up is going to be the same build of an XTR, XL, XTC, X Sport, Cub Classic, etc. So when you look at something like this, you still get your queen size mattress. You still get 80 inches from front to rear wall. You still get features as far as cubby, cabinets, whatever you select for it. But overall, though,
So my bed is still a queen.
Still a queen.
I still have the comfort of deadbolt.
Right.
I still have vents. I still have that.
right. But if you're not going off road, this is the way to go. If you got a vehicle that has a very light,
Sure.
tow weight, this is the way to go. So you got a 2x2 11 gauge steel. We don't raptor the frame as far as that's a product that we use as a truck bed liner.
Sure.
This is going to be a gloss paint that's applied to the frame that we build, and you're also on a single axle leaf spring suspension on 3,500 pounds.
So my
as well.
leaf spring, 3,500 pounds,
Yep.
right? Okay. And that's very traditional with a lot. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
the
absolutely
majority
is.
of trailers are that way.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to use this, I got a lady that uses it for a storage bin to go to these different auctions
Sure.
all over the place in the United States. Fills it up, but on our way out there, she
And
uses it.
it's great. It's wide
Yeah.
open too for people
Yeah.
taking a dog or pets
Yeah.
with them.
So I got a lady that runs a business out of her export, another one that, just like I mentioned earlier, runs it and fills it up to the gill. She's got a basket on top. She fills all kinds of stuff that she gets at her auctions with it on the inside. It's amazing stuff.
So as we go around, though, it's not even like you totally left everything out, right? What do we have back
No.
here?
So again, with this being a 5x8, traditionally you're not going to have the same size galley as you are going to have on a 9-footer or 10-footer. So you are shrunk up back here. You have 10 inches of usable space back here. So it's a small cooler, it's a small, stove, it's whatever you want to apply back here. Beach chairs, you got an umbrella perhaps,
Sure.
anything like that. So, and you still
Well, your cook kits,
yeah,
your
yeah,
dining ware, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And there's, this is all kinds of
shelf,
I can
internal
put all
lights,
kinds of stuff in there. Storage
true
here.
stainless steel countertop. Again, 3/4 inch, 13
Got a great
ply birch.
prep area. I'm going to
Yeah.
bring a little table maybe with
Yeah.
me.
Maybe put your
I've got my
little
own
thing back
cooler.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the height, obviously, I can fit in the garage. I mean, I'm fairly taller than me.
Right, yeah.
And now the rack's a little different because the other rack
So this
will
will be
fit.
a light duty.
Right. So this,
Right.
but you can still put a rooftop tent on it.
Oh, yeah,
But it
up to
has to be
400
the
pounds.
hard kind that open this way, right? Kind of
Right.
like clamshell.
Yeah, you're gonna have something that's gonna be light, and your rooftop tents anywhere range between 90 to 240 pounds. But you also have to include and take consideration of the adult or child that's gonna go up there too. But
Totally. You can go
Still
get
not
two
gonna
people, and I've
exceed
seen
that.
some rooftop tents out there now that are really anywhere from 25 to 50. I've seen them removable. This is perfect for that.
dude, that is awesome.
Totally,
Yeah.
man. You just up that. Wood is still
13 ply, 3/4 inch birch.
okay. That's what we're using.
Yeah.
So it's again, and how many packages with the export?
So the export still only comes with 3.
Okay, so I have a
So,
base,
a base,
Voyager,
and an overland.
and with the Overland, what would I see different?
It's going to be more so your cosmetic things. Size again is not going to change. We're not going to change much back here because again our galley is what
Do I
it
get
is
different
back here.
tires with Overland?
You're not going to get different tires
Okay.
either with it, but you're going to get more features as far as
Sure.
you're going to get a front storage rack, air conditioning, a heavy duty roof rack instead of light duty. You get a 10-speed rooftop vent that has a rain sensor built into it.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you go on for a stroll, you're at the beach, it's always raining.
And you're now watch the door behind you.
Yeah, no, you're perfectly fine. But when you're raining, and you're out on a stroll and you forgot the rooftop vent, as soon as that sensor goes off or anything, you're not going to be standing on top of it talking, just the moisture will come out and trigger it and shut down. So it's an impressive ventilation. stabilizers back here are going to be different from the off-road
Okay.
too. So lift it down, and then at that point, your stabilizer is easy.
I hope you got that up film because everyone has to do this, man.
Right.
I mean, what is this stabilizer called? Do you know offhand?
It's just a rear jack stand.
It's definitely not. It's not conventional.
No.
A lot of people watching this. That's the first time I've seen it.
Really?
And I've been doing this for just a little while.
Yeah. And when
Let's
you're done
cruise
with it,
around
you
here.
simply pull down.
What do I have here?
Still your shore power port. Obviously, we want to run hoses. We got a 2-burner, stove, or maybe a little Coleman back here. We're cooking some wieners, whatever the heck. So at that point, you still have, you can run your propane through it, you run your power wire through it, out of it, whatever you find.
Still got my vents here.
Oh, yeah.
I've got, instead of 2 doors, but I can get a second door. Am I wrong or no? Is that
It's still an option only for the Overlander.
Okay.
So it's an option for the Overlander, but as far as the standard feature, what you see is a window standard.
But I have a window here, cross
And a fully
ventilation.
functioning window at that. With
I
a
can
built-in
still put the
screen.
AC on if I want, right?
Yes, so your AC ports, just like all of them are, as far as a plug up front.
Yep.
Then you have, again, your directional.
Intake. Where would the AC go out here? I guess I would just put it in my truck or put it inside where I'm
for
going.
transportation,
if
because
that were
you
the
don't have
case.
a front storage rack on our on-road standard fleet.
So your base boards you don't have it, but your Overland.
Right, well,
So on the third package. How many colors with Export?
still just the 5 colors.
Not just, that's a lot. And same with the
Yeah.
roof?
White or black.
White or black, okay. And it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
They can still
Again,
move around with the ball.
We want this to be as simplified as much as possible
Yep.
as we do all of our units. Moving it around is easy. It's not a chore. My wife can do it, and she can't even do a push-up. Needless to say, but overall, we
Without
don't
being on
have-
her knees, right?
Yeah, right.
She
So we
heard, I
have-
hope she listens to this.
Oh, she probably will. But a 2-inch coupler is still standard
Sure.
again on all of our units, but an on-road's not going to come with an adjustable coupler as our off-roads do.
Listen, hardly
So-
anybody offers that anyway. You guys are doing
Right.
it. And then inside you still have the battery.
Right, you got your battery module for the solar.
Yep.
Again, a plug-and-play simplicity system. The other thing I failed to mention to you guys too is when you're looking at your solar module, when I mean plug-and-play,
Yeah.
it's just as simple as plugging the female and male connector to the solar panel.
Sure.
And we put it on a lead like you see here because the reason why is if you want partners in the shade, you have a lead to direct your solar panel out towards the sun. It just makes it much easier.
No, I do. I totally get it. Yeah, I mean, you usually do want to park under a tree if
Right.
you can.
And
And
I
if you
don't want-
can't, then you can direct it because the
Exactly.
sun moves across, as we can tell.
100-watt panel is flexible, it's acrylic, it's waterproof, and I can show you how to use it for a dance pad, but
Sure.
overall, the most important thing is that it only weighs 4.2 pounds. So it doesn't matter how strong you are, how weak you are, you can easily manipulate and move it how you need to towards the sunlight.
Battery disconnect, all standard.
Yep,
Same warranty.
same warranty, yes sir.
I'll tell you what, if you want to get off the ground, and a lot of people do, and they want to have a safe, secure place, this is hard to beat.
Yeah.
Below $10,000, 2 models below $10,000 retail.
I don't see who wouldn't.
I say it's well done, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
Inside is outside with our man Aaron. We're gonna hit some more.
Yeah.